tricky areas to model, just to get it to flow. And I just added an extra one there so I can bring that out. And what I can do now is go back into perspective, and I can actually delete the inside of those faces. And just turn on X-ray so we can really see what we're deleting. You don't want to make any mistakes. And now we can start editing again. So this is going to come over here. And by doing it this way, you can see that we can really get in there and clean up. You know, the area that I was saying was a little bit too dense and had a couple quads in there. We can really get in there now and fix that up. And we'll just add these two will come together actually. I'm going to draw another line right here. And these two will merge up. And we'll turn off our X-ray. And this will come down here. And I'm going to add a line here. Because you want to make sure that you're going to keep where your headlight is nice and clean and crisp. And this is going to come right around. And I'll get rid of that in a minute, because you want to keep the cutout nice and clean as well too. But overall, like I say, we're moving pretty good for a tutorial section. Getting a lot accomplished, and hopefully you guys can follow it pretty easily. I'll just bring it up there for now. And we'll just test it out by putting a subdivision surface on. And you see how it pretty much sits in there nice and clean. Some little tweaking we got to do. So we're going to convert back. We're going to hide our image planes and hide that. And we'll just see what we can get into here. Tweaking. These guys can merge up. We can actually probably merge this whole section up. And I find that it helps really clean up your mesh, even though it gets really messy. When it's messy like that, you can, once you start editing and you're merging things together, it really helps clean up the model if you really kind of take your time, and it comes with practice. Your model becomes really clean and really effective and efficient the more you do it. I remember when I was still learning, when I was in school, that it used to be really hard for me to model, and then all of a sudden one day everything kind of clicked, and I really fell in love with modeling. originally I wanted to be a character animator. There we go. Now we're pretty much all four-sided, except for this little guy right here. And we can fix that by coming down that way. But we'll see how it looks. Like I say, every once in a while you'll have a 3 somewhere. And you can see it's not looking too bad. So what we're going to do now, is just to finish off this section, is we're going to grab the edges of where we've just been working. Just going to merge these two together real quick here. And they can actually merge right up here. Oops. And these little guys. Is we'll grab the edges kind of like we did for the bottom area of the cutout area that we just made. And we're going to go right around. See a little extra vertice there. So we'll just reselect real quick if that happened. And we're going to go Edit, Polygons, Extrude Edge. This time we're going to center. We're going to bring down just a little bit. And we're going to push back just a little bit as we go in. Hit G. Again, hit your little blue circle. In. And one more time. And basically what this is going to allow us to do is we should get a nice clean area where they're attaching and have a little bit of a slope to it. And now all we need to do is just go in there and edit. The geometry a little bit. So that they're nice and close to each other. See how that's starting to look nice? And again, we'll just see what we can and can't clean up. So we've got a 5-sided there that's causing a little bit of mischief. And we can actually get rid of that whole line right there. Alright, so we'll just convert one more time. And there's your grill. And again, you can play around just to get it a little bit smoother. See how it's kind of out in some places there. Just kind of like we did for the body, just kind of tweak the vertices around to really start getting it as smooth as you can. This little area will need a little bit of refinishing once we get the light on there to make that a little bit smoother. So if you want to see what it looks like as a whole again, you're going to grab all your new geometry. You're going to modify freeze transformations. Going to hit your insert button, hold down X so everybody snaps to center, insert again, Control D, -1 and X, remember. And there we have the front grill. So, like I say, congratulations guys, we're moving along pretty good. And don't be afraid to spend a little bit more time in between sections just tweaking it up. In the next section we'll get away from the front a little bit, and we're going to switch gears and we're going to do a little bit of work on the back end. And once we have the back end, we'll start adding the wheels and all the fun little gadgety stuff. So I hope you guys are doing okay, and I'll talk to you all soon. Take care.